I wanted to work with him, but I also didn't want to do the like agent route because I didn't want to take a lot of time. So with my husband's permission, I slid into Omar's DMs.
Big Boy's
Big
Neighborhood.
Boy.
Oh, it is a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Kerry Washington, welcome to the neighborhood.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's so good to be here.
It is
up, Kerry?
great to have you in the neighborhood.
I love being
because
here.
you live in whatever our screens. So to have you here is truly a pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
And we all dressed up for you.
Yeah.
Actually, me too. I came in my color coordinated leather for you.
Oh, go ahead now.
Yeah,
Damn.
so
And you know,
cute.
I wore green yesterday. I wish I would have known. I didn't get the memo.
Oh,
I didn't get the memo. Real
I'll tell you
talk.
next time.
All right. Make sure there is a next time.
I would
Because
love
I told
that.
people like, man, this is my 31st year in radio, right? They were like, man, when do you think it's done? I'm like, man, I'm not even thinking about it till I get Kerry Washington in.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Bucket
And now
list.
that I got you
But
in,
don't retire
I'm not.
now.
No, I'm not. I'm doing
Okay.
one of those fake ass like sports people.
Okay, good,
Like
good,
when you're
good.
announcing a retirement, like, no, I won't. I think I'll stay around.
Yeah.
But welcome to the neighborhood,
Thank
and
you.
you got such a great history with everyone in the neighborhood and everyone that's listening and watching because you put in the work.
Oh, I
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
I try.
And you came in right now, and I was like, dude, she looked better than all of us. You know, did you walk into and look around and be like, wow, I look better than everybody in
That
there?
was not my thought.
No,
that
not
was
at all?
not my thought.
Oh,
You
okay.
look good.
You stop that.
You look great. I
thank
came
you.
here. You were stretching, doing your like NBA stretches in the hallway.
Well, I have a
It's like,
trainer.
Are we about to fight?
Yeah, I have a trainer. And I want to tell you straight up, dude, I have a trainer.
Yeah.
And I saw him yesterday.
Okay.
And on Everything I Love, I drove right past him. Like he was literally just walking out from working out my son, right? And he was like, oh, yeah, you could just park. I didn't even say hello, Kerry.
Oh, no.
I just kept driving.
Oh, no.
Do you work out every day?
I work out most days, but I change it up. Like some days I weight lift, and then some days I do Pilates. I'm a big Pilates girl.
Go ahead now.
For this movie, for Shadow Force, though, that was crazy because I was fight training and weapons training. And
That's different, huh?
yeah, fight choreography. So we were training. I was learning martial arts. I was doing capoeira. I was doing Pilates, weight training, all the things. Hiking.
When you do a movie like Shadow Force,
Yeah.
you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
Even if there is a stunt team. Like I even was watching just some of the training videos.
Yeah.
And that's one of those parts where I would be like, I'm not doing this.
I love it.
Mine would depend on the editor because you would see a white dude flipping in. They were like, man, the editing was horrible, man.
No,
Yeah.
my goal was to have my stunt double be as relaxed as possible. I wanted to do as much of it as I could. I love it. I really love it. Yeah, I've never done a film like this full on, and it was really exciting for me. It was challenging. It was like, I don't know. I really felt like I got to step into my strength in a new kind of way. Like not just my mental strength, but like my really embody a level of fierceness because
It's
Tyra's a
wild.
badass.
It's wild that you want that. Because I'm in a position where I want to do less. And and Kerry Washington, I hide under the guise of, man, I want to work, smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
But you don't mind putting in the work.
No, I really
That's why you're
enjoy
successful.
it. I enjoy it. And I think I like doing things that challenge me. I like to do things I haven't done before. I like to grow. Like one of my favorite things about being an actor is that you pick up new skills.
Right.
You have to learn how to play an instrument or learn how to do a certain kind of dance or learn
Learn
how
another
to tie
language.
a new language or try to tie a tie. Like you learn big skills and small ones. And that for me is a big part of the joy of what I do, that I stay curious, that I stay learning. And for this character, she's such a badass that I
know,
really
man.
had to stretch. Because I'm not a fighter. I'm not like, I'm like one of the only girls who grew up in the Bronx who never threw down. Like,
Right.
I'm just not a fighter. But I really loved finding this part of myself.
So as you're reading this, right?
Yeah.
And I know that you got a production credit on Shadow
My
Force
company,
as well.
Simpson Street, we
I
produced the
ain't
film.
mad at ya.
Yeah.
So this is a project where you know exactly what's
Yeah, I know what I'm
expected
signing up for. But
Not
there
me.
were some mornings at like 4 a.m. where I'm like in the backyard with the boxing gloves thinking, what in the world? But it was great. It was fun. And also to do, a lot of that training I did at home and to have my kids see me transform in that way.
Right.
To teach them we can do hard things. It's exciting. And to be honest, like when I read the script, I thought, here is this powerful Black couple.
Right.
It's an amazing story about two beautiful Black people who love each other and they love their child. They're invested in their family. And they're taking on the world. And we don't get to see each other. We don't get to see ourselves in those roles, in those stories. Like, to cheer ourselves on as badasses, to see us protecting our kids with everything we have. Like, I just thought this is so powerful.
And the love and no scandal, no pun intended.
Yes.
But yeah, like no scandal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I had a chance to watch the movie, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to give away anything, but there's so much in it. I can't wait till people see it, because
It's
even
fun.
when the badass appears.
Yes.
It's when, like, the bank scene. Oh my God.
So
man.
good,
You saw
right?
it, Lou?
Yep, I
The
got a
bank
chance to
scene.
see it.
I'm
So
just
good,
like,
so
fun.
I'm like, that's probably how I need to whoop somebody ass. Just tone out everything.
That's how you imagine.
You know? Yeah, just tone out everything.
So you know what's funny is Omar Sy, who a lot of people know from Lupin on
he's a
Netflix.
beast.
He's a beast. And one of my favorite scenes and one of our hardest scenes in the movie to shoot was we have a fight scene with each other.
yeah,
so
man.
we're husband and wife, but we go toe to toe. I don't recommend this for most married couples, but we are trained mercenaries. We're equals. We go at it. So to prepare for this scene, Omar and I actually started fight training way before shooting started. And it was a really good way to get to know each other and kind of trust each other as actors, because we were training, we were learning the choreography. We didn't want to hurt each other, but we wanted it to be real. So it was really like a great way to jump into the movie, to jump into character. And it's such a fun scene to see this husband and wife go at it.
When I saw that scene, I was like, man, somebody need to call the police. That's like when you come by a couple's house, you don't even want to break that up.
That's right.
And I was like, get up, man. Like, get up. Because at some point, my wife could probably take me. And I was really like, bro, get up just for us, bro. Just get up for us. Was that a given? Did you know the chemistry of working with him?
So I've been a big fan of his. I feel like a lot of chemistry comes down to respect. And I admire Omar. I think he's been doing beautiful work for a really long time. And so I wanted to work with him, but I also didn't want to do the like agent route because I didn't want to take a lot of time. So with my husband's permission, I slid into Omar's DMs.
Damn, hello. Like, you don't mind, do you?
I just have.
He up there with his shirt off with a dog.
I didn't send him a thirst trap.
Yeah, no, I'm talking
but
about
I did. But I did send him this. I said, I have a script I want to send you. There's something I think would be really fun for us to work on together. And so then I sat by my phone like a teenager, like, is he going to write me back? And he did. And he was really excited. And once he said yes, I was like, oh, we have a movie, because he brings this like global vibe to the movie, you know, because he's French and he speaks French in the movie with our son, and he just leveled up the whole film. He's so like talented and global, and he's not hard to look at. So it was really fun.
Stop shaking your head. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, I get tired of these sexy Hollywood men.
He's like the go-to guy now, bro.
Yeah.
Like after Lupin, like I just see him everywhere now.
He's really
He's such a good actor.
So you
bro.
crushing on him too?
I like the show
Everybody,
Lupin.
don't be jealous.
I am
You
jealous.
know why? Because he doesn't drive by his trainer. He goes in the gym, big boy.
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy.
I didn't know that I was going to get Kerry Washington body shame. All the DMs are, and my DM is just like, hey, man, can you play my record? Can you play my, hey, can you play my record? And I'm going to keep it real with you, Kerry Washington. I have never received, you know how people say, man, I get nudes in my DM.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten one nude in my DM. Not that I'm looking for, I am.
Yeah, don't.
But even just for me.
I haven't either. If that
Really?
makes you feel better. No, I don't have any nudes.
Okay,
in
so
my-
we know what we got to
Thank
do today.
goodness. Nobody, please. No, I'm not looking for
Nah,
anybody to
I got
change
you.
Stick
history
around,
on that
Wacko.
one.
I got you.
We don't need
I'm
to.
gonna give you my shadow force around 4:30 today.
Hello.
Yeah. She gonna get on Twitter. I'm gonna look
No,
outside
thank you.
like, dude, why is the house surrounded by agents? So when you go to do a movie like this, how long are you training?
Yeah, we started training a couple months beforehand.
And that's stunt coordination too, because
Yes.
it's one thing to just learn your lines and learn your blocking, and now this is almost like it's choreographed.
Yeah,
you got
it's
a
real
partner.
choreography, because if you don't have the choreography down, that's when people get hurt.
Yeah.
Really. So because you're really kicking and punching at full force, and so you have to make sure that you are doing it at the right time in the right place, because you don't want to wind up at the set medic.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Did y'all shoot this during COVID?
We shot it. I mean, COVID is like a fluid thing. We shot it like right after COVID,
Right.
kind of. Yeah.
Because I just saw all the compliances, because I'm a credit reader.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. I
I'm
guess
like
it
sick
was
with it.
COVID.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, my son got COVID when we shot it in Colombia, in Bogota and Cartagena. It was
Damn.
beautiful. It
Oh,
was
you said that
incredible.
very well, too.
Cartagena, yeah.
Yeah. How long were y'all over there?
We were there, a few months.
Can you enjoy something like that when you're shooting and you're in a beautiful place like that, or is it all work?
I try to. I try
Right.
to carve out time. And if I don't have any days off during shooting, I'll stay a little bit longer.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want to be somewhere and not really enjoy the culture. And Colombia is an incredible place. I'll tell you something funny, because in the States, we think about Colombia as being like, drug cartels
Right.
and
Medellin
cocaine.
and
Yeah, right. Like we see the dark side. We have all these stereotypes. The number one telenovela in Colombia right now is a show, or was when we shot, a show called El Bronx, where I'm from.
Oh, my
and
God.
it's about drug dealers in the Bronx.
See now.
Right? So I'm
They're
like,
like, yeah,
here
we
we
getting y'all
are.
back.
We're stereotyping you. You're stereotyping us.
Hey, man, I love the way you
Crazy.
said, tonight on El Bronx.
El Bronx.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was like, and you see the
That's
girl
hilarious.
in like the Catholic school uniform running past the drug
Wow.
dealers. I was like, what is happening?
Hey, man, and that's when people from Colombia come and be like, hey, it's beautiful here in the Bronx.
That's right. That's right.
I can't believe it.
Bronx is a beautiful borough, but that's the power of storytelling,
Yeah,
right? That's
man.
why at Simpson Street we really try to take responsibility for the stories we're telling and how we tell them, because we teach people who we are all over the world by the stories that we
Is
tell.
that important to you to make sure that you're in a direction and in a position where you could either help or change or create the narrative?
Yeah, because to be honest, like I've had times in my career where people are like, oh, you seem to be really drawn to political work, like work that says something. And when I think about it, I'm like, no, it's just that I'm a Black woman. And when you put me at the center of the story, because society doesn't want women at the center of the story,
Right.
society doesn't want Black folks at the center of the story. So it feels like a political act when I make you pay attention to me and see me as human. But that's not political. That's just good artistry.
Right.
You know?
Is it, when you do a show and when you did Scandal,
Mm-hmm.
just how large that show is?
Yeah.
And I know it's a gift and a gift.
Yeah.
But is there a curse that comes along with it?
You know, I guess for me, before Scandal, I really thought of myself as what we call a character actor.
Right.
You know, where I would kind of like disappear into different roles, and people never really connected. I mean, Black people did, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
other
because you
people
always been us. Yeah.
didn't really connect that. Like the girl from Ray was the same girl from Last King of Scotland, was the same girl from Save the Last Dance. These characters were like their own beings. Scandal changed that. It's sort of like Olivia Pope was a household name. I became a household name. So
Did
a
you
lot
notice
of,
your audience too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm really lucky, actually, that I've been able to do work after Scandal that still has an
Right.
impact. You know, shows like Little Fires Everywhere and films like American Son. Like I've still been able to do work that's different from Olivia Pope, and people go on that ride with me. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything she gave me. She changed my life. She changed my career. She's given me the ability to be a producer and to create work and opportunities for other people to work. But I'm also grateful that I still get to take risks and be other people.
Yeah, and it seemed like you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I love my job.
Yeah,
I do.
Man, and at one point I used to say that here. No, I'm playing. No, but it really is a joy to get up and do what you love.
Yeah.
You know, and especially if you can bring other people along for the ride, and smiles bring smiles.
Yeah.
And do you notice what people can recognize you from?
Yeah, sometimes who the person is when they're walking up to me, I know what it is that they love, right?
Right.
Like it's overseas. One of my biggest films is Little Man, because
Really?
the Wayans
Yeah,
brothers
I
are
remember Little Man.
huge.
Yes.
Wayans brothers are huge all over the world.
You know what's crazy about that? All this work and they come to
You the one, you the Little Man. I'm like, yes,
Yes,
that's
yes.
me. That is me.
yes, I was in Little Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like I know how to say Scandal in so many languages
Oh,
because
my
that show
God.
was such a hit all over the world. You know, I'll be walking through a little tiny market in Guatemala and somebody's Escándalo!
Yeah.
You know, like that's me.
Right. Thank
So
you.
it's great. I am so grateful for what I do. And also that I get to keep doing new things, right?
Right.
Like I've never played a character like Kyra in Shadow Force. I've never gotten to kick ass bus and take names and shoot guns like this. It's incredible.
Do you
It's
have
so
to do
fun.
gun training as well?
Yes,
Jesus
a lot
Christ.
of gun training.
See, that's what I'm not up for all that.
That gotta be the
I
fun
want it
part.
all, but I don't want to put the work
I gotta
in.
tell you, I learned a lot about myself because I'm a really good shot, and I had no idea.
Really?
Like I have one poster where you got to shoot the guy and the target, and I have like a bullet in one eye and a bullet in the other. Like I
Oh, Lord
have,
have mercy.
it was crazy.
Hey, dude, between the martial arts, the shooting, they better not do a home invasion at your career. You know what I'm saying? You thought LL Cool J beat the hell out of that dude that broke in his house. Can you imagine you had to tell the police, like, man, there must have been 6 of them? They're like, no, it's Kerry Washington. Olivia Pope? The lady from Lil Man? What the hell? What the hell, Leonte? What the hell, LeBron? But no, when you see something like that, like I sat and I watched Shadow Force, right? But I can kind of get a guise on how much goes in, but not understanding.
Yeah.
But then there's some people, and they don't have to. There's some people that can sit and watch the movie, and they don't understand how much work
Yeah.
it takes to actually put something like that together.
And that's okay with me
Yeah.
as long as what they walk away with is the joy of like living through that story with us. Like you don't have to
Right.
know the work that went in, but I want you to really be on a ride with us and
Yeah.
enjoy it,
And it was intense for me too.
Yeah.
Because it was at one point I was like, oh, this is about to end bad. And
Yeah.
I tapped
Yeah.
the screen because I watched it on my iPad, and it was still 20 minutes left. I'm like, what's gonna happen?
Yes.
You know,
I
I was literally like, dude, what's happening here?
As soon as we're driving, you say, it's all foggy. I was like, oh,
yeah.
they're about to
Here
go
it
down.
goes. Let me
Hey,
tell
man.
you,
What's happening?
my last day of filming.
Yeah.
So a lot of that car chase scene we shot in a studio, like in kind of a car on a lot indoors to get all
Really?
the angles. But my final scene of that film, we actually went to a mountain in Colombia
Oh, hell no.
outside, and I was outside the top of a car driving around the side of a cliff in Colombia. I was
my
like,
God.
what did I sign up for? It was insane and
Yeah, it was a crazy
incredible.
car scene.
It was, I mean, I have chills just thinking about it, like the wind and these cars coming after me. And I was like, I'm actually on the side of a mountain.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's the next one when you like, girl, just dress me up for the next movie as an old lady on a porch. You know what I'm saying? Just rocking back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like this. But yeah, they're and like I said, I don't want to give away too much, but there's so many things in that movie that I literally would do this.
Oh, like sit up. How
Yeah.
about that kid though? Is he not great?
Yes.
He's
He's
so
amazing,
talented,
man.
so adorable.
He-
Jaleel, who plays our
And
son.
you know what I love
Oh,
about
I
this?
him.
It didn't feel like acting. You know, there's some things, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's good acting.
Yeah, we feel like a family.
Yeah, man.
We really do.
And we were rooting for you. And there's I don't want to give, but there's one line where I'll tell you after.
Okay.
I'll tell you after because
Okay.
it was very special, and it was a
Yeah.
mommy line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I just thought y'all tapped in so well. And this is for theaters only
Yeah,
release.
so
I
we
love
come
it.
out Mother's
I love
Day
that.
weekend, which is so great because the film really is about Black family, Black love, just
Yeah.
love, like what you will do for your kids. We
Yeah,
all,
man.
once you become a parent, no matter who you are, you know that you would kill for your child. Well,
Yes.
this is that movie, right?
Yeah,
like, so
man.
it's such a great film to take your mom, take your sisters, take your, just go out and celebrate. And also the co-parenting, right? Like that's so much for me when we were making the film. I was like, oh, you know what? You're able to be a great mom when you have a great partner.
Right.
And that partner might be your husband, it might be a nanny, it might be who knows. We all have take different villages that help us raise our kids, but partnership is an important part of parenting. And that also feels like a lot of what the movie's about.
Do you learn anything from that you apply to real life to life as well?
Yeah, I always feel like every character I play teaches me something. I mean, it's almost like I get the benefit of reincarnation in this lifetime because
Right.
I step into a character usually at the most intense points of their life. I learn all their lessons, and then I get to take those lessons back into my life. And I feel like with this film, it's really about like family, really family over everything and
Yeah.
appreciating family, being there for family, being willing to do the things that scare you when it's the right thing for your family.
I kept putting myself in that position, right? And I was just thinking, like, when would I just get my ass whooped? And I'm gonna tell you straight up, Kerry, I'm good with my hands. I'm a dad. I'm from Los Angeles.
Well,
like
you're Omar Sy.
yeah, but I was just like getting to the point, like, man, how many of these fights do I have?
So you say, hey.
Yeah, man. Before I just be like, hey, man, just come and get us. You know what I'm saying? Just come.
That's why you have to train so hard too, because you see the fight once in the movie, but to get it done, we have to do that fight 20, 30 times on the day because we have to get it from different angles, different lenses. So it's pretty.
Did you hurt yourself? Or how many times did you hurt yourself? Because I know it had to be something.
There was some bruising.
Yeah.
There was some bruising, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's
well,
crazy.
I mean, for you, it's a great movie. I had a chance to see it, but we're gonna have a date night, my wife and I.
Oh, good.
And I'm telling you, I'm gonna be wrapped in like cotton. I'm gonna make sure I don't break nothing because after watching that just let me know. I'm like, man, you kind of soft, bro.
You kind of soft, bro.
Yeah, man, you kind of soft. All these guns in here. You know what I'm saying? At my house, I'm like, man, I can't shoot like this. I shoot for noise. Everybody make it out alive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody make it out alive. So, do you go to the theater like when Shadow Force opened? Will you go and sneak in?
Yeah, I like to do that. I like to see the audience respond. I like to see that joy that it brings people. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just going in quiet, unannounced.
Yeah, and you don't get to do that with a streamer. You know, when films go to streamers, you can't be sneaking into somebody's living room to watch them watch the movie.
And that'd be
that
scary.
Would not be okay.
I'd be behind them like, hey, how you like this?
Carry more popcorn.
Yeah. I brought you a Coke. But yeah, why was it important for it to go to theater?
I think because, one thing I'm really proud of as a producer with this film is it's not a lot of CGI. Like, this is not that kind of film where it's like computer-generated AI images flipping through the screen. We're not doing that. This is real people doing real stunts, doing real action. We put our real bodies on the line. And so to see that on the big screen is really exciting. Also, the locations, like to see Colombia, it's beautiful, it's vast. Like, we're in the ocean, we're in the mountains. We're like, to really take all that in the theater is really great. And the music, I mean, when I walked in here, you played Lionel Richie.
Man.
He's like the fourth family member in our family, right? It's like a mother, father, son, and cousin Lionel.
Yeah, the soundtrack of your life.
Yes, he really is. And so that to get that music and surround sound, to let that overwhelm you, it's great.
Why Lionel Richie?
Because
was that you who showed me
I
her
pulled
dressed
something
up
up
as
in like 2022 or something where you dressed up like Lionel Richie.
Yes, it was right after we finished shooting.
You said
really?
She couldn't let it go.
I love Lionel. Listen, I had a poster of Lionel in my bedroom when I was a kid. Like, no shade. My dad came home with two posters. My girlfriend I grew up with in the neighborhood, Nicole, he had, who knows what, he probably at the barbershop, somebody was selling posters, and he came home with like a Michael Jackson poster and a Lionel Richie poster, and I was like, I want the Lionel poster.
Damn.
I have always loved Lionel. And he is, he's had one of those careers with the Commodores on his own. He has been with us for so long that there are so many memories you can attach to Lionel. Throughout his career, whether it's Brick House or Hello, right? Like you go, yes, or like Endless Love. Like he really has been with us in so many ways. So he felt like the right person to be the soundtrack of their lives.
And it was great moments too, like missing moments, and then the connection with Truly.
Yeah.
And was that you with your love for Lionel Richie as far as
no,
like making
that
sure?
was in the script.
Oh wow.
That's why I was like, this is meant to be.
Yeah. you know how when people are like, look at God.
Yes, look at God.
You're like, yeah, this is gonna work.
Cool.
Yes.
This is gonna work.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to speak to Christian Daza in a minute from the film?
No.
Oh no, damn! Because I wanted to holler at Christian. Christian did catering. I love catering. No, I'm just I just love catering.
I got real nervous. I was like,
Hey man, she was like Christian Daza. Even Christian gonna be like, oh, I was catering coordinator.
You're hilarious.
No, but I'm a credit reader.
That is where it is. That's where the action is. Caterer.
Around the
You
caterer.
don't want a hangry crew.
Oh no,
You
not
can't
at
have
all.
a hangry crew.
Not
No,
at
you
all.
need people
And
fed and happy.
You know, I used to weigh over 500 pounds.
I know.
So yeah, like the few films that I did in Hollywood, it was all food. Where I was like, they were like, hey, we wanna bump up your principal pay, and I'm like, no, just give me extra craft services.
I just need another to-go box.
Yeah. Man, you good? I'll take another.
When I did Save the Last Dance, I was working in a restaurant. I was teaching. I had no money, and I went to Chicago to do my first studio film, Save the Last Dance, and they gave us per diem to buy food, but I didn't want to spend that money. I wanted to save that cash. So at lunch, I would eat my lunch, and then I would make another box to take home for dinner because I was like, I'm not spending this cash.
Struggle is real, huh?
At the end of that film, I bought my first personal laptop because I had saved all my cash under the mattress in the hotel till the end of the shoot.
How long was that shoot going?
That one, I think, again, was a few months. We were in Chicago.
And you were saving per diem?
I was saving per diem every day.
Isn't that crazy, the tuition into the School of Experience, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you can look back and you can look at all the accolades and everything and, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, everything that comes with it. But the tuition into the School of Experience
That's it.
Is amazing.
That's it. And it's what prepares you.
Yeah.
I often think if things hadn't been challenging in the way that they had been, if things had happened more quickly, I would not have been able to handle it.
Right.
I
appreciate it different too.
If Scandal had happened 10 years earlier, I probably would have been in rehab. I would not have been able to walk that path with as much grace and a toolbox. I created a toolbox to be where I was by the time I got there.
Right moments, right
trust
times.
The path.
Right moment, right time.
Yeah.
That's probably why nothing really cracked for me as of yet.
You didn't have a toolbox, bro. You need a toolbox.
Yeah, I got a couple tools in there. Jesus Christ,
the right tools, my guy.
Like these tools that I'm getting in here. Good Lord. And now I don't even have excuses. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Kerry Washington, I was like, man, Hollywood shut down. Right and strike. Now I'm like, man, dude, Hollywood is back. You know what I'm saying? Like good Lord. Is it and I know the answer to this, but is it a different struggle being a woman of color, a black woman, and we already see it different for women anyway.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And not the struggle's different, but it is different.
It's different. It's different for everybody though, because it's a crazy dream.
Right.
The odds are insane. Most people don't make it. It's like wanting to be in the NBA or
That's what I was thinking.
It's like it is. I mean, I think about my husband all the time because he had an impossible dream to be in the NFL. Did that. Now he's writing, directing, producing, acting, doing that. So
Tell him to call me.
Okay, I will. I'll tell him. He's a fan.
Yeah.
We love you in our house.
Oh, thank you.
But it's a different struggle. But I don't want to. That's not to take away from anybody's struggle. Anybody who's trying to live their dream, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
When you choose your own path, when you want to go for something where the odds are difficult, it's difficult. Then I don't want to lie about that. But it is to be a woman of color. For me, it's been important to produce and to direct because I don't want to sit at home and wait to be invited to the party. I want to throw my own party. I want it to be a party that I planned, a party that I'm able to have a say on how it goes so that I can stay happy.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to, how people say, man, I just want to sit at a table. Sometimes you're like, man, I got to build my own table.
Yeah, sometimes you have to build your own table. And that's okay because then it's the table you really want to be at because you created it.
Right.
Sometimes that's the gift,
What's and not with laying out anything, but what's future for you?
So I'm really proud. Today is actually crazy. Today is the 9th anniversary of my production company.
Congratulations.
So thank you.
And that's why we brought you in.
Yes.
Okay, it's not. It just fell on that day. You know what I'm saying? But once again, see how God works?
See, look at God.
9th anniversary.
9th anniversary. My production company started when I did a film called Confirmation for HBO. I played Anita Hill. And here we are. So I'm really excited about the things we're producing and creating. We have a web series on YouTube that I love. It's called Street You Grew Up On because Simpson Street is the name of the street in the Bronx that my mother grew up on.
I was going to ask you why Simpson Street.
So I interview people. I interview different celebs. So don't act like you don't know me when I call you and ask you to come on. We interview people and talk about the street
don't act like you don't know me when I give you my number before you get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, as soon as you say you interview people, I was like, and then when you said celebrities, I was like.
You're a celebrity.
Yeah, to Jaden and Jade, my kids.
Well, I am not a celebrity to my
Yeah,
kids.
and I was about to say sometimes they don't believe me either.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm only a celebrity to my kids when it comes to like Rolling Loud, Coachella.
Yes,
SZA concerts.
When they can get something.
Yeah, but ninth anniversary. And
Yes.
did you step out on faith even if you couldn't see the whole staircase?
Yeah, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And now, so we have that. We have the web series that I really love. We have this film, Shadow Force, which is just our first movie in theaters, which
Major.
is really
Congratulations,
exciting. Really
man.
exciting. We produced Reasonable Doubt on Hulu. That's a show. I directed that pilot starring Emma Yahtzee, and Reasonable Doubt is such a great show. We're going into season 3. That's shooting right now in Atlanta. I just finished as an actor doing Ben Affleck's new movie Animals. So really excited about that. And I'm going to be in the new Knives Out that comes out in the fall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's the same person that worked on Shadow Force, right? Is it the director, Joe?
Joe Carnahan,
Yeah.
he didn't do
No, he
Knives
didn't do
Out,
Knives Out. He
but
did-
he did do another film with Ben's company that they're doing,
Oh,
R.A.P.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got work.
I'm trying. Listen, I'm trying to
got
create work.
Yeah, no, but you know what I love about this too? Does it feel like people are going back to the theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
love about it, man.
Yeah, that's
and
funny.
there's a
We
lot
have
of
a project
streaming
for
and
theater,
services.
too,
Yeah,
for next year.
And I enjoy streaming, and I
Yeah.
enjoy watching stuff at the
Oh,
house.
you mean the movie theater? I thought you meant like the stage.
No, I'm
Yes.
talking about going back to
People
the
are
movie
going back
theater.
to the movies, which
Yeah.
is really exciting. We've been at the movies a lot. It's great to be back and to be in community, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I enjoy sitting at the house and I enjoy watching something.
I like it.
But even watching Shadow Force, I was like, I got to go see this in the theater.
Yeah, you're gonna love
and then
it.
my wife, because I was watching it with headphones.
Yes.
Because I couldn't get it on my TV. I have an
Okay,
old ass
okay.
laptop. It wouldn't. Personal problem. It wasn't Lionsgate. It's
Okay,
me.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so my wife kept looking over my shoulder, and I was like, baby, I said, you're too far in.
You got to watch from the beginning.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And she loved like that kind of action.
Yeah, especially when it's action with heart.
Yeah,
you know,
man,
where
and a
you
purpose.
know why the shooting is happening. Like
Yeah.
when the explosion happens and you're emotionally invested in the explosion, that's when it
And
works.
she's that mom.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm
There we
saying?
go.
She's that mom that
I
would
love it.
jump out the window.
How old are your kids?
My son is 18
Oh,
and my
wow.
daughter's 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my daughter has a boyfriend, so I need you to come by. You know what I'm saying?
Do we like him? Do we like the boyfriend?
Yeah, we do.
We do? Okay, good.
We do like him.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Do
good.
we love him? No.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, would I be highly upset if they broke up? Not at all. You know,
I can't stand you right now.
as long as if she broke up and she was happy, I'd be like, hey, good breakup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And your oldest, you don't mind my asking?
No, I
is-
don't mind you asking. My oldest is 19.
And male or female?
Female.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I have
she's
2
been through
girls
it.
and a boy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been through the
Yeah, we're in it.
how serious everything is, and oh my
We're
god,
in it. We are in it.
Man, yeah, I probably may just send my daughter over there with you then. You know what I'm saying? Because,
I don't mind.
Yeah, you seem like you got a better grip on it. You know, is being a parent one of the hardest jobs you ever had, though?
It is, but it's the best job,
Most fulfilling,
right?
huh?
Like I love being a mom. Being a mom and being a wife are my 2 favorite roles.
Really?
In life,
How do
yeah.
you do the balance, though? You know, because you got it, and I always say that I've said this to people before. We got these things called enough, and everybody got their own enoughs. And you probably got enough where it's like, man, I got to be, a good actor enough. I got to be a good producer enough. I got to be a good mom enough, good star enough. You know,
Yeah.
and then there's the black enough,
Yes.
street enough,
Yes.
boardroom enough.
Yes.
There's all these enoughs that come with it.
You making me tired just listening.
Yeah. Hey, did you really sat there like, damn, yeah.
Wow, I got some work to do
Like,
today.
man, that's a lot of effing enoughs. And I've had enough of this. So how do you handle all the enoughs?
I mean, I ask for help. Nobody
Yeah.
does it alone.
Right.
I think sometimes in culture we want to think that people do it all by them. Everybody's a Renaissance
Yeah.
woman where you can do it
All
all,
me.
be it all, and I don't do it all. I have people at work and at home who are support systems for me.
Mm-hmm.
Partnerships at work, at home. Like I don't raise my children alone. I mean,
Right.
I can't imagine being a mom without the husband that I have.
Right.
I can't imagine being, running my production company without my partner Pilar Savone. Like it's partnership is everything. There's power in partnership and there's strength in asking for help. You don't have to do it alone.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel like that keeps the struggle real. Oh yeah, I got here on my own. Like, oh, no, you didn't. Even people that say they got there on their own.
Nobody gets anywhere on their own.
No, you
it's
didn't.
Not possible.
And it's crazy because even this is Big Boy's neighborhood, and I'm microphone one.
Yeah.
Do you know how many real people I have around me?
Yeah,
and I remember
make this work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And even when you'll see like a movie, right? You could be in your trailer learning your lines, but there's somebody out there that's blocking, setting up the lights.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things going on before they knock on your trailer door and tell you 6 minutes.
That's right. One of the things I love about producing and directing is that I'm not just creating opportunities for me. I'm creating opportunities for hundreds of people to chase their own version of excellence, their own enough, right? Whether it's the sound guy, the costume designers, the locations manager. Like, there are so many people at work right now in Atlanta on Reasonable Doubt because my company stood up and said, we want to make this show because I directed the pilot. We have actors at work right now, hair and makeup people at work, people who are literally doing their dream because Simpson Street helped to create that opportunity. But again, we didn't do it alone. We did it in partnership with Onyx and with Hulu and with Ramla Muhammad, who's our incredible showrunner. She's, this whole thing comes from her.
It's a lot.
Partnership is everything. But when you step in the game to create opportunity, everybody gets to win. And that's the magic. I think it's Ava DuVernay who has that great quote, like, if your dream only includes you, it's not big enough, right? Like, you have to be in the business of creating opportunity. For me, I feel like I have to be in the business of creating opportunity, not just for myself, but for everybody.
Yeah, I'm
for
more
whoever
of a,
I can.
I'm more of an I and me as opposed to us and we. I just want to be like mine. But no, how was it when you got #1 on the call sheet? Because that is one thing where it's like, okay, you see yourself going up, and even before I saw like the Apple TV, how they got the #1 on the call sheet.
Series,
I've always thought about that #1 on the call sheet, and what it means. Like, I made it. Yes, it is.
It's a lot of responsibility. I've been really lucky in my career that I've been able to work with phenomenal #1s.
Right.
I mean, to me, the number one in the business is Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
And I got to work with
Jamie.
him. Yes, I played his wife in Ray, and then in Django we were together again. He's phenomenal because he's so generous. He's always thinking about what's best for the environment, for the culture on set. And he's so humble, and he's hardworking, and he's kind,
And he doesn't say it. You got to hear Jamie Foxx stories from other people.
That's right. He doesn't brag.
Not at all.
He's not there. You don't even feel like he's a #1, except that he's a real leader. So you're all happier because he's in charge. He's at the top of the call sheet, but he doesn't make you feel like you're less than him or after him, or he wants everybody to shine. He's one of the people who taught me, like, when you're in a scene, try to get the best out of the actor across from you.
Gotcha.
Because if you're focused on getting the best out of them, it'll be a great scene. Don't worry about yourself. Get what's good out of that person.
When was the last time you auditioned?
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
You don't even like fake auditions? Like even though you know that your company did your movie, you didn't go in there like,
I'll come in and read for it.
Might as well. Give yourself a call back.
I've been in a lot of auditions on the other side of the table now.
Is that hard?
It's really,
because you've been on both sides of the table.
Yeah. It's great because I know how scary it is to audition. And when I started producing, it actually helped me to audition better because I got to see, like, oh, you know what? People want you to win. When you walk in the room, when an actor walks in the room, you want them to solve your problem. You're not looking for flaws. You're looking for them to be the answer to your problem.
Like, I want to get this done.
Yes, yes. So it helped me to be a better auditioner when I started producing and directing. But it's been a long time.
Are you still doing live auditions? Or are you doing auditions over Zoom and sending copies?
Mostly Zoom, but some live auditions. Some.
Really?
Yeah.
And you know what's wild about that is that you've been there.
Yeah.
And do you know how to shift the emotion now? Where, like, this is the gig. They didn't get it kind of thing, as opposed to feeling like, oh.
Yeah, I think the longer you're at, like anything in life, right? The longer you do it, the more understanding and mastery you have. one of the things that happened for me in my career was when I looked back, I realized that everything I didn't get, it was for a good reason.
Right.
Like there were 2 television pilots that I made before Scandal. And when I tell you I got fired from both of them, I'm not kidding. Both shows went to pilot.
Oh, but did they
but
go?
without me.
They
They recast my role.
Wow.
And reshot the pilot.
But we
both
already
times.
know Kerry Washington at that time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had already done some work, but it was like, you're not right for this, which is wild.
Did the shows go?
One of them went, one of them didn't.
Right.
And the one that didn't, here's what's interesting. So I was so poor at the time. I had no money. I was living in this tiny apartment in East Harlem that I shared with like 17 other people.
Right.
And
you needed
I
this.
needed this. And this was it was a series. It was shooting in Miami. And they were like, we're gonna hold on to the whole cast and pay them while we rethink the pilot except for you.
They told you that?
Yeah. So this whole cast got to live in Miami and party for like 6 months. And just chill and get paid by HBO. Just living it up. And I was devastated. But in that window of time is when I got my audition for Ray. And if I had been tied up in that TV show, I would not have been able to do that movie. And that movie changed my career.
See
It
that?
was the first time I went to the Golden Globes, first time I went to the Oscars, first time I was on the cover of a magazine was for that movie.
There are no mistakes made.
There's no mistakes. You got to trust.
You know what's wild about that is at the moment, what that must have felt
It was
like.
devastating.
Oh, my
it was
God.
devastating. You feel
Yeah.
rejected. You feel unlovable. You feel like, is this never going to happen for me? Why am I not good enough? I mean, I remember feeling horrible.
Oh, yeah.
But then this script came along and I was available and I got it.
And you seem like such a professional person, you know, and
I'm glad I've made you think
no,
that.
and I'm saying that. and the reason why I say so is because once I book Ray and just things that come after that, that whole cast that went to Miami without me, I'll be like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, they sent y'all back, huh? Yeah, didn't get it, huh? Like, yeah, man. I would have changed my mind. I would have been like, yeah. Be like, oh, we had the Golden Globe. So,
I ain't
so
saying
glad
she
that
a gold digger, but
she ain't broke with no broke. That's with no broke one. Yeah, but it's crazy. And we always say it, look at God.
Look at
The-
God.
and what's supposed to be for you, what's meant for you,
That's right.
you God willing, you'll get
you
it.
got to stay strong.
Yeah,
you
man.
got to stay strong.
And that showed. And like I gotta tell you once again, thank you for coming into the neighborhood.
Oh, thank you for
We're gonna
having
go see
me.
the movie. We
Shadow
will go see
Force.
it as a crew, but I gotta go
Yes.
see it with the Queen first.
We'll be behind you.
So we could do date night. You can't, Mariana.
What do you mean?
You can't.
Why?
Why me?
Why?
I want to go.
What's wrong?
If we did date
What
night.
happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe
Yeah.
Kerry can give her some advice on that.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
happening? Are you not dating? What's going on?
Okay, so I know earlier you mentioned how partnership is so important to you, and
Yes.
I'm still out here dating.
Okay. God
Like,
bless
it's,
you.
It's really hard
Out in
out
these
here.
streets.
Yeah,
Woo. Yeah.
it's tough.
Yes.
So I was wondering if you can share some dating advice with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dating
Just
advice.
tell us it's not gonna happen.
No, I'm not going to say that.
'Cause, no, we don't-
I'm not going to say that.
We're coming to
'Cause
the end of our time.
I know that in a few years we're going to be back in the neighborhood talking
Right.
about look at God.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Because he
Thank
came
you.
along.
Manifestation.
I'm gonna say,
okay?
are you writing them in prison?
No.
No, I'm just
I'm
serious,
gonna say
Kerry.
be honest, be upfront,
Okay.
right? Like from the beginning, it's don't do the facade thing because then you just have to spend time like unraveling the lies and the pretending. Like
Right.
truly be yourself so that you don't have to switch it up and change the game later on. And ask that of the other person. Just be like, just be real with me. Like I want your truth is important to me because then you'll really know who you're dating.
Yeah.
Hey, Mariana, what do I say all the time?
Oh, that they always send their representative.
Yeah, don't send your
Yeah,
representative.
yeah, be
Don't,
yourself.
your authentic self. And
Truly.
she's and all jokes aside, she's such a great and beautiful lady, and I'm
Yes.
glad that she don't waste her time
That's
on,
good.
on knuckleheads.
Yeah.
And the same with Ani that works over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard out here.
Yeah, it's got to
But
be
you
difficult.
deserve goodness. You know,
Yeah.
you deserve so. But also stay open. This is the other thing. no one person has to be everything to you. Because I've seen, talking to girlfriends, it's like, well, he doesn't like Indian food. I'm like, then eat Indian food with your sister. Like, you don't have to, he doesn't have to like everything you like. He doesn't have to go everywhere you go. You can have friends who you do, like, if he doesn't like karaoke, you do karaoke with your friends who like karaoke.
Right.
And then you come home to him and do the things you guys like to do. So just remember, too, that not one person doesn't have to be all the things to you. You can have lots of people in your life that you love and spend time with. Your partner should be your favorite person, but they don't have to do all the things and like all the things that you like.
Okay. Wow.
Man, you almost said that word for word like I tried to tell her.
Wow.
Kerry Washington, it is a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you in the neighborhood.
Thank you.
And I hope you come back.
I would love to come back.
Because I'm not going to stalk you down because I know you're a fighter now. You know what I'm saying? There's probably some girls from the Bronx now like, I want to fight her now. You know what I'm saying? Like, was J-Lo, did you and J-Lo go to the same Boys and Girls Club? Or is that?
We did. So Jennifer and I lived in the same neighborhood, and we had this beloved dance teacher, Larry, who got really sick. Jennifer's a little bit older than me. So when Larry went to the hospital, she was like one of the big girls. I was like 8 and she was a teenager, and she stepped in to teach some of Larry's classes. So I actually learned to dance from Jennifer Lopez. Wow. I'm not as good as Jennifer Lopez, but yeah.
You see how small and big the world is?
Isn't that wild? Yeah. And honestly, she's right there.
Yeah.
She is like, when they say, if you don't see it, you can't be it. Like, you have to see it to be it. Like, I remember finishing my homework on Sundays so that I could watch In Living Color because I could see Jennifer.
And you knew that was her.
Yes. And so there was a possibility of, like, maybe I could chase this dream. Like, even though we all know, like, Jennifer was different. It was like Jennifer, everybody knew Jennifer would be on the cover of magazines one day. She just always had that thing. And I didn't see myself as being that girl. But I did feel like there was a pathway from the Bronx to Hollywood, and it was partly carved by her. Before us, it was Rita Moreno and Diane Carroll, but she was in my lifetime somebody who I knew who made it.
And you know what's wild is I think a lot of people see that with you as well.
Oh,
and not just in front of the camera, but in front of the camera, behind the camera, in the production, making, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sitting there, making sure that the green light is for us and many others as well. So thank you for coming into the
Thank you
neighborhood.
for having me. Thank
Shadow
you, everybody.
Force, we're looking at May 9th.
May 9th, Mother's Day weekend.
Come
Get your
on.
tickets.
There it is,
Yes.
man. And we gotta go out first weekend too.
Yes.
Because we can either help or hurt Hollywood.
That's right.
Not just our Hollywood.
That's
but
right.
Period.
We create opportunities when we support the work that's out there.
Yeah, so thank you for coming into the neighborhood.
Thank
Kerry
you.
Washington. Kerry Washington in the neighborhood. Shadow Force, May 9th. Big Boy TV.